which art in heaven, we humbly come before thee and thank thee for this joyous occasion and the beautiful weather bestowed upon us. We are grateful for this institution and all which it has offered and continues to offer us. We thank thee for the teachers and friends who have taught us to love, develop, and share our talents. We thank thee for the experiences and memories made here and the ones yet to come. We are especially grateful for all the families and friends who have come to celebrate this day, whether it be in actual presence or in the spirit. Dear God, we ask that thou might bless this class, that they might have the strength and will to move towards a greater knowledge of themselves, that through the talents and abilities given them, they might help others and the world around them. We pray that with their love and devotion, they might give of themselves in service and substance to the poor, needy, and afflicted everywhere. We ask that thy spirit and blessing may abide at this commencement, and that through those participating, we all may be comforted, uplifted, and inspired. We say these things, if it be thy will, in the name of the God of all of us. Amen.
Good morning. Welcome to Interlochen Arts Academy's 28th commencement ceremonies. Well, graduates, we finally made it. Sometimes we wondered if we would. And we are glad that you, relatives and friends, are here with us to share our excitement. When all this is over, we each can proudly wear a new label: Interlochen Arts Academy graduate, class of '90. Many of us are heading to college or professional school. Many of you often ask us, so what are you going to major in? Or what are you going to be when you grow up? You probably are looking for another label or two to pin on us. People like to put labels on each other. Labels that tell others what we have done or what we supposedly will do with the rest of our lives. For example, some of us might say, I'm going to be the first violinist in the Cleveland Orchestra. Or, I'm going to dance with Joffrey Ballet. Or, I'm going to be an astrophysicist. Another label. When we can put a label on a person, we are happy. We smile. We now know who and what that person is, right? Well, partly right and partly wrong. Labeling ourselves according to our interests, actress, mathematician, can be valuable. Labels help us focus or get organized. They can even help create excitement or motivation. It's great to know we are going to try to become a professional actress or a writer for Time magazine or an attorney. It feels good to put those labels on ourselves. They give you and us a sense of security, a sense that everything is in its place. But wearing precise labels or becoming a concentrated specialist at our age may be dangerously limiting. Labels, despite their usefulness and high demand, as well as ample supply, may limit what we are able or willing to do or learn. It may be too early for us high school graduates to restrict ourselves to one small segment of learning. If we think of only being that actress, or writer, or attorney, we sometimes are tempted to ignore courses and activities that don't seem immediately relevant. After all, why should someone who wants to be a professional mathematician take courses in Shakespeare? We must remember that we are human beings. Even high school graduates, despite our occasional weird and bizarre actions, are people. And being human is more complicated than being a mathematician, musician, dancer, or actress. No matter what our professional interests are, we still make decisions about what to eat, how to use resources, where, when, and how to play, what our ethical or spiritual commitments are, and how to respond to our families and others. No one label and no one specialization prepare us adequately for all that full range of what it takes to be human. Labels do not deal with total human reality. They help us see some things, but by focusing our attention in one direction, they prevent us from seeing new things. See this object? We call this a pen. Now, when we put the label pen on this object, it helps us think of something that can make marks on a piece of paper, that we can draw with. But if all we think when we see this object is pen, we may not notice that it also could be a head scratcher, a pointing tool, or a weapon. We might also forget it can also be a mechanism for humor. I hope I still get my diploma after that example. So, we have to use labels. It's great to be an Interlochen grad, but we need to remember that life is bigger than any label. Because we are Interlochen graduates, people, of course, immediately associate us with the arts and may forget or overlook our passion for mathematics, literature, or philosophy. Labels create still another significant problem. They may inadvertently keep us in a rut or prevent us from making important changes. After 4 years of thinking of himself as only a dancer, someone might not notice that he was almost as interested in literature. Others, concentrating on the label dancer, treat him as a dancer, reinforcing that part of his life and ignoring other valuable parts. We need to use labels, but we need to remember that they are only tools. We must be ready to change them if necessary. It's as if we need a Surgeon General's warning on each label. Caution, using this label may restrict your thinking and limit your options. As I implied a moment ago, other people put labels on us, and we let them do it. Parents, you may want to know our major or even our probable career, but it may be too early to know. Teachers, you want us to join in your academic specialty, and we may really like it, but should try new things at college. And friends, you want a convenient tag that summarizes us for you. And we ourselves unwittingly encourage you and accept restrictive labels. We need to avoid getting caught in these labels and tight specializations. We need to explore many different areas, dig into subjects we never thought of before. And after more exploring, we can then make informed decisions about what labels would work for us, or what specializations we want for now. Try out different labels. Learn from different specializations. It will give us more knowledge about our beautiful world and help us make better decisions for ourselves. Now, I'm not an anti-specialist. Clearly, specialization is important in today's world. The amount of information in any field is too great for one person to master a significant portion of it. We also need those of us from the arts to help the human part in all of us. But not all of us have enough experience at this point to make this choice a specialization. My education at Interlochen has convinced me that the world is an integrated system. To see how the whole picture works, we need to see how the parts work together. So, even if we are specialists, we have to link our knowledge with the knowledge of other specialists to solve today's problems. We need something that may sound odd. We need specialists who can help integrate these specializations. We need specialists in integration. So parents, grandparents, and friends, don't feel terrible if your graduate doesn't know where he or she is going. And graduates, explore, live all of human life. Use your education to keep growing. Life is a process of change. And as my parents, who are in their late 40s, often joke, I wonder what I'll be when I grow up. So graduates, wear your Interlochen class of 90 labels with pride. Toss some labels away, but keep others. But whatever you do, keep on growing.
morning. I suppose you were all hoping I would forget my speech back in my room. That way it would be only 20 seconds instead of 10 minutes. It's ironic, almost paradoxical, that my most difficult problem here at Interlochen has been acquiring self-confidence while struggling with the overwhelming fears of failure and what others might think of me. Confidence is associated as that feeling we have when we are not so afraid of failing, that strong inner sense of security that no one can harm, and the knowledge that we are climbing steadily toward our goals. During my time at Interlochen, I have found that, despite these fears of failure and the opinions of others, it is possible to gain confidence and work toward my aspirations. Fears, though they can never be completely overcome, must not be allowed to permanently affect our goals. The fear of failure is perhaps the most difficult to combat, for we want so much to succeed. Learning to be confident about my abilities and discovering how to deal with these fears have been especially challenging these past 2 years. So often, I've heard that incessant little voice taunting me, "You're not good enough, you can't do it." I remember one particular occasion last fall, when I was to play on a student recital 1 week before the concerto competition. It was my first time ever playing a solo piece from memory, and I just knew that I was going to forget, no matter how many times I had played it through successfully in the practice room. I walked up on stage, feeling sick, and as I began my piece, all I could think was, "You're going to forget. You're going to make a mistake." Sure enough, I did, and that wasn't the last time. However, these experiences, painful as they were, led me to realize that everyone has successes and failures, but even those failures can be successes, in a sense, if we learn from them. Hence, though my memory slip in the recital caused great insecurity, I was able to find some reassurance in knowing that things could only get better the next time, and they did. However, my inability to control the rate of my artistic development was deeply frustrating me, for, as I found out, the more I pushed my expectations beyond reach, the more fearful and anxious I became. Finally, I learned patience and allowed my music to develop gradually, as it was meant to, instead of attempting to force it ahead. Along with this change in attitude came a greater security, which in turn led to several successful performances, ending the year on a positive note, so to speak. Importantly, though we must constantly challenge ourselves, always striving to do our best, we must concurrently be realistic in terms of the expectations we set on ourselves, for in this way, our abilities will be constantly reaching new plateaus of security and confidence. Being rather sensitive to what others think of me, I have often erroneously allowed their opinions to negatively influence my self-confidence. I constantly hear people criticizing the ideas, the abilities, the performance of others. Sometimes it is hard not to be afraid of their strong judgments. While discussing my ideas in English class, or even just casually conversing with others, I feel somehow vulnerable. I am taking a chance by expressing my feelings and exposing my capabilities. However, perhaps this vulnerability is a sacrifice made in standing up for what we believe is right, using our individual resources despite the inevitable criticism. Following these beliefs, these innermost feelings, helps to establish a confidence that is not dependent on certain reactions from others. However, my fear has too frequently created obstacles. How many times in class did I let the opportunities to contribute some insight into the discussion slip by? How often did my insecurity and self-consciousness intensify so that I doubted myself completely and began to think that I could never make it through final exams, college auditions, or the SAT? At these times, I turn to the people I know truly support me, whose insight and advice have helped bring me through the rough spots. Search for these people who care and take time to listen, for they matter most. Knowing that someone does have confidence in us especially at moments when we don't, can help tremendously in regaining faith in ourselves. By doing what we believe is right and finding those supportive people, we can successfully challenge our fears, for in these ways, much of our insecurity can be relinquished. Combating these fears is all part of gaining confidence, as I have found out. Is there a better place to deal with this struggle than Interlochen? For here we are forced to face our fears by supporting our individual beliefs and challenging ourselves academically and artistically. This alone develops confidence. We also have opportunities to help others become more confident by reciprocating interest in achievements. In this way, we at Interlochen all need to be more supportive of each other and a lot less critical. Constructive criticism can beneficially create a strong sense of motivation, but only if accompanied by positive attitudes and a genuine appreciation of effort. So often, people base their sense of confidence on how they compare with others. In this community full of talent, I have frequently compared myself to others in terms of musical ability, ideas, and accomplishments. But how can people be compared when we are all growing and changing? The answer is simple. It is impossible. We all have many special talents and our own aspirations, and it is up to us to make the most of what we have. It is not worth worrying if we are better than someone else, or on the other hand, always putting ourselves down, thinking how much more talented other people are. This energy could be more wisely spent in developing our own abilities and in making positive contributions to society. No person is better than another. Some may learn, play instruments, draw, act, dance, or write at a more advanced level, but that does not mean that others lack special talent or will never attain their goals. I often remind myself of an uncredited quotation on my music teacher's door. Nothing is as real as a dream. The world can change around you, but your dream will not. Responsibilities need not erase it. Duties need not obscure it. Because the dream is within you, no one can take it away. This is so true. No one can take away anyone's dreams, talents, or ideas. What lies within us belongs to us only, and we alone decide what we will do with these gifts. People at Interlochen do realize the importance of being supportive, of not comparing each other, and of making the most of what they have. But perhaps in the future, we can work towards a higher sensitivity and acceptance of each other. When the name Interlochen comes to mind in the years ahead, as it certainly will, what memories will stand out the most? Perhaps we'll remember those long hours studying and practicing, and perhaps those long, peaceful walks through the woods when things were hard to bear, or sitting down by the shore to watch a beautiful sunset, and especially all the laughter and the special friendships. I believe, however, that these different memories are all parts of the same thing, the personal growth we have made here. With all of these memorable experiences now behind us, we greet this new day of endings and beginnings with both anticipation and hesitation. It's so hard to leave Interlochen, but yet our futures lie invitingly ahead, beckoning us. I am sad to be leaving, but in a way, I feel happy, for I am leaving with a stronger confidence in myself, having put my fears to the test. It's only human to be afraid of failure, afraid of what others think, but it should not prevent us from reaching our aspirations. As Thoreau stated in Walden, I learned this at least by my experience, that if one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. If you have built castles in the air, your work need not be lost. That is where they should be. Now put the foundations under them. Go on and keep building those strong foundations of confidence, and those castles will reach unexpected heights. Thank you.
graduating seniors, postgraduates, ladies and gentlemen. We're pleased this morning that members of our Board of Trustees are with us for this commencement. They will be with us this weekend, meeting as a group to deliberate on much of the future of Interlochen. I'd like to identify them. The following are in attendance: Virginia Boal from Muncie, Indiana; Alan Britton from Ann Arbor, Michigan; Thomas Corson from Middlebury, Indiana; Donald Curry from Millersburg, Michigan; Charles Ellis from Washington, D.C., Gerald Fisher from Minneapolis, Minnesota; Edward Froelich from Grosse Pointe, Michigan; Charles McWhorter from New York, New York; Charlene Seabury from Winnetka, Illinois; Isabel Smith from Birmingham, Michigan; James Tolley from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan; and Honorary Trustee George Wilson from Traverse City, Michigan. Thank you for being with us. They're wonderful people, strongly supportive of all of the work here. Again, I'd like to recognize also Roger and Mary Jane Jacoby, who were with us last evening, the former president of Interlochen, the president emeritus, and great continuing friends of Interlochen. Roger and Mary Jane. Those who graduated in 1990 can anticipate a decade of adventure. The changes in governments throughout the world give us hope that the arts will enjoy freer exchange. It happens as we talk today. Our graduates, many of whom come from outside the United States, will help us to advance the message written on the wall behind me, dedicated to the promotion of world friendship through the universal language of the arts. And now to the presentation ceremony. Please welcome Vice President of the Interlochen Center for the Arts and Director of the Interlochen Arts Academy, Raymond L. Rideout.
Chairman Curry, members of the Board of Trustees, President Boal. These young men and women who are about to be presented to you have fulfilled the requirements for graduation according to the laws of the state of Michigan and the standards of the Interlochen Arts Academy. The Interlochen Arts Academy faculty, staff, administration, and I proudly present the class of 1990.
By the authority given to us by our Board of Trustees and the state of Michigan, we are pleased to award these diplomas with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities therein. Mr. Donald M. Curry, Chairman of our Board of Trustees, will award the diplomas. Parents, this is a photo opportunity. I see they're preparing. The rest may come forward, but let's do this in an orderly manner. Students will receive their diplomas alphabetically, and they will stand up by row. So those in the latter part of the alphabet don't need to get here too early, and those at the front of the alphabet can come and move through this. Please be courteous and considerate of others taking pictures.
We will begin the presentation with those students who have completed the Interlochen Arts Academy postgraduate program. I'll wait just a second in case there's a postgrad parent who would like to get down here. We threw a curve. Beginning with the postgrads. Christina Ladas Andrea. Lenora Cherise Brown. Adam Noah Kaplan. Amy Charlotte Clack. John Brinkerhoff Clemens. Jennifer Ann Dawes. Desiree Annette Eichert. Carl Franz Vogel. Jared Ethan Hauser. Michael Gordon Mancari. Amy Elizabeth McDougall.
That's a good Scottish name.
Ana Luisa Amengual. Joseph Salvalaggio. Mary Connolly Scharfenberg. Angela Diane Smith. Mark Thomas Martin Tassin. Amanda Sue Tooley. Rebecca Claire Thornley. Mayumi Yamamoto. And in absentia, Maria Zachariah. And members of the class of 1990. Carrie Janine Adams. Heidi Ellen Albert. Mark David Alexander. Niklas Per Almgren. Hester Jane Angus. John Francis Bagnaro. Jennifer Marie Bailey. Deborah Juliet Balin. Lucinda Pearl Baker. Elisa Carol Boal. Ardith Yvonne Bannon. Daniel Jacob Vera. Edward Theodore Batchelor. Cedric Trenton Berry. Joanna Katharina Glendolf. Aine Pili Boone. Sarah W. Bowen. Jacqueline Baum. Georgia Helen Burnett. Anne Maria Lucy Butzbaugh. Cassandra Elaine Campbell. Christopher Clayton Carlson. Christopher John Carr. Nancy Nimchi Chen. Xiu Chen. Brian Lee Colby. Ian McGregor Cook. Matthew Hamilton Craig. Mary Margaret Kritz. Joel Aaron Dallow. Charles Andrew Danick. Antonio N. Dangerfield. Marcy Aaron Daniels. Jennifer Elaine Doherty. Jennifer Lynn DeForest. Marion Elizabeth Derryberry. Jennifer Ann Donegan.
Open season on Jennifer's this morning.
Carrie Renee Dunning. Kenneth William Easton. James Russell Elliott. Stacy Elizabeth Embry. Elizabeth Egan Everett. Abigail Sania Thacker. James Lewis Foster. Amy Lynn Franklin. Daniel Isaac Franklin. Janelle Marie Freer Evans. Okay.
Yeah, there we are. That's the right one.
Janelle Evans.
I'm sorry, Ryan.
Ryan Freeland. Christopher Michael Fry. Renardo D'Amico Grays. Shira Elise Greenberg. James Walter Gross. Michelle Guadagnino. Samuel David Hall. Serena Joyce Hamburger. Keith Germain Hargrove.
Here you come, Keith. This way.
Hiro Huashi. Satome Huashi. Christopher David Hudson. Adrienne Elizabeth Ivey. Gregory Aaron Ingalls. Jerry William James. Jessica Gabriel Jansen. Lisa Marie Jessup. Tad Johnson. Darren Bruce Johnston. Elise Clara Conda. Samara Yael Kanikas. Diana Marie Coppola. Melissa Pamela Kellner. Zebediah Gabriel K. Rowe. Elsa Gail Kepi. Scott Eric Kibler. Keely Jane Knoble. Julie Ann Cosgrave. Sharon Adra Kowalski. Mariko Kua. Susie Sohyun Lee. Leslie Marie Lytle. Amy Frances Littlefield. Joshua Lane Lowerwald. David Aaron Logan. Sunny Michelle Lombardo. Alfonso Luis Lopez. Shonda Leon Lowry. Mark Disco Lyon. Rebecca Joy Maitland. Melody Kaiwen Mann. Ralph James Mandarano. William Michael Manley. Sarah Jill Marshner. Catherine Irene Martin. Carrie Cherise McDonald. William Lee McHenry. Kyle Jane Meeky. Tracy Malen Malakovic. Stephen Bennett Milbar. Deborah Sunea Moore. Lauren Edward Mulder. Bartley Llewellyn Mulligan. David James Murphy. Sarah Benedict Nelson. Carl David Nilsson. Robert Joseph Naval. Dwayne Quinn Nykamp. Stephen Oberski. Heather Diane Olson. Hirono Ote. Julie Beth Parker. Jonathan Eric Paul. Misty Ann Perriard. Joseph Anthony Portales. Lee Ann Potter. Fiona Jean Preston. Heather Jane Reagan Seelig. Nikki Danielle Randolph. Jaren Elizabeth Raywood. Matthew J. Reynolds. Emily Jean Richmond. The Jato Amara Robinson. Luis Robledo III. Nicole Ami Ruel. Zipporah Lynn Ryder. Jonathan Andrew Salinger. Mari Sato. Noriko Sato. And Laura Louise Schacht. Sarah Jane Segura. Megan Lorraine Sharp.
Megan?
David Dorland Sheets. Paul David Sheridan. Emiko Shinozaki. Polly Spenner. Andrew Richardson Stanton. Julia Jane Stolte. Linda Yuling Su. Stiliani Tartsinis. Dawn Marie Taylor. Catherine Ame Linda Thompson. Charlotte Joy Thompson. Eliza Janet Tomoff. Tanya Lee Treat. Koichi Tsukiyama. Alexandra Annette Bagel. Amy Ann Van Den Spoken. Anna Catherine Von Unworth. Kevin Lewis Voss. Amanda K. Walbert. Amy Elizabeth Watt. Sarah Elizabeth Wainett. Francesca Colleen Weiner. David Kirkland West. Stephen Lewis Wilder. Gus William Witt. Lauren Suzanne Zachary. And last, Michael Zura.
Congratulations to the class of 1990. Your experiences in high school now belong to your memory. The graduating class has led the student body through another year of excellence. You have good reason to be proud. Throughout the year, recitals, juries, readings, and choreography made apparent the talent and dedication that the seniors possess. Your leadership caused me to work harder, to strive for excellence, and to challenge my limits. Although parents and visitors, having only had festivals or experience with Interlochen, will probably be unfamiliar with these students, I'd like to present a few examples in an attempt to describe the essence of this class. These examples are not representatives of rare cases of hard work. Rather, they are a few out of many. Lejedo Robinson. Lejedo studies dance and piano, he choreographs and sings. In only 1 week, Lejedo could be seen dancing in Corson, playing his jury music for piano studio class, and singing backup vocals for a senior voice recital. Last night at the Honors Convocation, he did his final performance to conclude his 4 years at Interlochen. Among many excellent senior recitals, I will not forget Mari Sato's violin performance. Her recital displayed years of hard work. Her vitality and concentration were inspiring. In attempting to find the most hectic and challenging schedule possible, Dwayne Nightcamp combined both his math and brass ensemble tour for 3 days of alternating contests, concerts, and math tests. It involved some catch-up driving and special housing to enable 1 test to be taken, 1 day spent at a math team competition, and 5 ensemble performances, with Dwayne only missing 1. These 3 students represent the essence of the senior class. A quick comparison of myself and Lejedo would be just the motivation needed to make myself work a little harder each day. Mari Sato's disciplined practice and excellent performance convinced me that there is a connection between sacrifice and joy. Dwayne's scheduling encouraged me to take advantage of my teenage abundance of energy and try to find out just how much I can do. Although Interlochen is not a community which stresses class distinctions, I would like to thank the seniors for their leadership of the Interlochen Arts Academy student body. And now for the juniors. In a few months, we will return to Interlochen for our final year. Though the weather and the colors of the leaves will be different, the campus will pretty much be the same. The dorms will be filled with hall counselors that are eager to lend a hand in unpacking. We will move into rooms that need our unique interior decorating to make them a little more like home. The faculty will be ready to begin lessons, rehearsals, and classes. Much of Interlochen will appear to have remained the same, but there will be one vital difference. Next year, we will be the senior class of the Interlochen Arts Academy. This past year, we too have displayed examples of hard work and dedication. As a class, we also have shown promise in our arts areas and academic interests. Although it is tempting, we must not try to duplicate the attainments of our predecessors. Rather, we should determine our own unique goals and work towards their fulfillment. The class of 1991 will not be remembered because of the colleges we enter or the scholarships and competitions we win. We will be remembered by instances where we shared a part of ourselves to Interlochen. Thus, our goal should not be to work for fame and honors, but to strive for personal growth. The 1989-90 school year has ended, and our year has begun. Thank you.
I wouldn't have believed it until I saw it. It spelled my name. Where is it? And then it doesn't count. Oh, so it's there.
And I need building numbers too.
There's a... Okay, there we go.
Basically, it comes down to trying to find families who would like to take these kids and have them meet every day to go through one of those buses. Educated.
Very nice.
Very nice. Where's Charlotte? You see Charlotte?
I'll come back next year.
Oh, that'll be good again.
I know, it's like, well, it's gonna be laughing at that goddamn sound thing. All I got was wasted there. That's what it was. We hadn't sat there and laughed about that sound thing. You would have been bawling our eyes out. This is weird.
Hey, Jen. Thanks. Okay. Excuse me.
I'll try.
I did. Mother is fun playing. Where were you?
I want to get a picture with this John. I want to get a picture of you and Mr. Right out. David, I want to get a picture of you and Mr. Right out. Dad, I am. Hey, get it. You had a good year this year. Don't trade your up. Maybe you want to qualify like last year. Good year. More like... No, I'm from Hillsdale, Michigan. I'm sorry.
See if I still have the guy.
Swear to God. One-handed guy.
Want my dad to take a picture with us. Dad? I'm trying to
Take all. I don't know who else.
Let me get a picture of this crying girl. Hey, crying girl.
I got it.
Turn around and smile.
Too much.
My dad's ready. That's me to the left now. Even on my head.
Where are you standing? In there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last picture.
Oh. What do you want?
Last picture. Yeah, I can use it. I can keep it on my head. Thank you. Oh, yeah. I'm going to my best friend. Nerd.